Hi guys, this is BreAKer, and I am back with another replay. Excuse me, not a replay, but wow, replay. Wow, so stuck on StarCraft. But I'm back with another, I guess you could say, VOD on some high MMR play. Just random players that I decided to spectate because it was available in the League of Legends client. Unfortunately, I can't go back to the very beginning of this game, but we joined at the 5-minute mark, and we just saw Lux get an excellent pick off on Lee Sin from the blue team, who would actually happen to be by the name of Caser Draw, if I'm reading that correctly. Bottom lane looks like it's being a little bit contained, but it's alright as we have Karmix coming in here, and ooh, Misfortune tries to come in there and get a good attack on that Jinx. It doesn't quite work out, as we do see YS420 NSHS 360PZ. That's a long name. Try saying that 10 times fast. Goes in there and basically forces her to back off. Yes. Excellent stuns, and a nice little slow there going down on Karmix, who's now coming to be saved by Lee Sin, Mr. Uske, and is he gonna get the kill on Lulu there? Let's find out. Come on, no ignite, but there it is. That's enough to get her out of the game, and it looks like he comes in for the save on Jinx. Excuse me, wow. He comes in for the save on Karma there to save Jinx. Or to kill Jinx, excuse me. Wow, so that brings it back up to par with almost the gold lead that the purple team has right now. By almost going back, interestingly enough, decides not to. I think that was to bait an opponent. Not entirely sure. I've seen higher level players do this before, but I've never really understood it myself. So let's go ahead and get the music back online. I apologize for that, guys. There we go. Alright, now I hope this isn't overbearing by any means, and there we go. It's actually quite gentle and soothing in the background, but it looks like, oh no, our Aatrox at top lane, he's just got turret dove, and it looks like he's gonna be picked off. Unfortunately, I don't think that Vi's getting away. No! Gets executed by the turret, but better executed by the blue team's turret as opposed to killed by a blue team member. That gives them no gold whatsoever. For those of you that are lower league, say unranked, for example. And now it looks like bot lane is kind of requesting some help. Maybe Lee Sin is saying, hey, this is the route that I'm going to take, or something of that nature. But the pings, it's hard to determine who's actually making them, as I can't really tell without being in the game itself. And now, for the most part, it looks like Karmix is coming in here, trying to get those stuns off, trying to get those slows. To no avail thus far, but effectively pushing back the purple team's bot lane for the time being and allowing themselves to get some CS, even if it is just one minion. Mia called at mid, but of course he's going to top lane, or is he? It's hard to say just yet. And Aatrox looking like he's in a bit of trouble, actually. There we go. Lee Sin comes in for the save. Bot lane has got a huge fight going down right now, and it's a little difficult to determine just who's in the lead, but Lux, coming from mid, says, okay, well, my opponent's Mia, so I'm going to go Mia too and try and get a pick off on the bottom lane. Of course, Zed coming in here as well, trying to avenge everything, and I've got a message here. Sorry about that. Anywho, I had to alt-tab real quick, and it looks like no new pickoffs have been made just yet, but this could be backfiring on our blue team Zed, but he gets out just in time. Nice escape there. But overall, I mean, the purple team at bottom lane is surrounded for the time being, and that means limited gold farm, really. Anything that goes within turret range is all game, or just outside of it, but it looks like for the most part that feed has been cut off. Mia called again from mid, and with good reason, because of course we do have Lux trying to work her way into bottom lane, and if she can get that pick off on Zed, I don't know. No, it's hard to say. They just missed each other, I think. Ouch. Let's see. And a nice little pick off there from Lux. Getting blue team support, and we're going to have Misfortune continue to go to town on that one turret. It looks like for the time being just backing off, being very safe, and getting enough gold to go back to town and buy something. 3 Dorn's Blade to really help the sustainability of our Misfortune early game. And it looks like she canceled her backing. Gonna continue farming. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Nice little struggle going down at top lane, but of course Aatrox, I think honestly he could have a good deal of trouble handling that. Lux is essentially, I guess you could say, Mior back at town buying stuff, back at the fountain buying stuff, excuse me, and no one wants to miscall that, but looks like we could have a gank going down relatively soon in top lane, but I can't tell. Yes, this is a blue-pink, so we're good to go. Aatrox should be relatively safe, but Lee Sin's gonna come in here. If he can get a kick towards that turret, that would be absolutely phenomenal. He looks like he's not even gonna try it just yet, however. And there it is, the beautiful kick into Aatrox as he goes ahead and dives down on that Vi. Shen looking like he was going to ult out of there, but changes his mind at the last second. He will be chased down. Will he get out of there? Oh no, the ult went down, and there it is. Zed going in and really helping the top lane. And both teams just essentially very even right now. Blue team slightly ahead, just slightly. And now it looks like we have the worried ping coming in, just telling everyone, hey, careful, bot. Might want to back off of that. We don't have vision of mid. With good reason. Lux has basically revealed herself going to top lane. Alright, so now where does the blue team go from here? I mean, they've got to essentially build their gold lead. Both teams are essentially, completely 100% even now. Neither side has taken a turret. Neither side has taken down a turret, but this might be the first step towards doing such a thing, but I'm just a little bit doubtful because, of course, we do have Zed coming in here. Lux backing off there. And a nice little ultimate getting not just a little bit of damage done on Zed, but also a significant portion of that farm. Cooldown is more than acceptable to wait for. I mean, it's initially about, what, 60 seconds? But now Lux back at town building what this time around? Let's see. Alright, so got the Seeker's Arm Guard. That's going to help her survivability in lane. And the first blood on the turrets has been taken by the purple team's minions. Excuse me, the blue team's minions. Playing with my head, League of Legends, come on. And the dragon's going to go to the blue team as well, so that's going to give them a significant gold lead once they get that. That's going to be nearly 1,000 more, 1,500 now. But of course, nothing comes without a price, and it looks like we're going to have top being traded for bottom, and I'm sure the purple team has some kind of a plan behind this. I mean, once you stop and think about it, with the proximity that purple team has to Garen, that's really going to, to Baron Nashor, that's really going to help them in the later game. But this, I mean, the question is, how do they survive for now? They just lost Lux, but at the same time, they're going to get a double kill for it, so they're making up for it in that regard. Gold lead now non-existent for the blue team. Both teams just about even. Both sides of Summoner's Rift are about even. And oh, what do you know? This is blue warded. This is bait. Is it? Is it bait? Is it bait, I wonder? Well, he taunts his opponent as he moves out, and it looks like Shen is just going to dash out of there. So far, so good, I guess. He does get away. And now it looks like we have Jinx just, uncontested farm at bot. Doing okay to bring themselves back into this game. And see, this is one of the misleading things about lower level League of Legends. Once you stop and think, oh no, they've got more kills than us, that means they've got a better gold lead. It's not entirely true. As the blue team does have a slight gold lead, but at the same time, I don't know if they can actually go toe-to-toe with the purple team right now. I mean, if you look at everything we've got here, Zera, excuse me, not the Biddler, I'm just going to call him Biddler from now on. And of course, Vi here, Herleo, trying to do whatever they can. Staying on top of that blue ward, or excuse me, that blue buff. Lux's ultimate coming into play as well. And getting the last pick off on those couple of minions before we see... Oh no, is Vi chasing into something that she can't grab? Oh no, this could be big! Oh! And it looks like Karma gets away for the time being, but at the sacrifice of Zed. the AP carry, excuse me for coughing. It looks like Shen's gonna try and get in there, get the Ignite off, but for the time being, Karmix is alive. Oh no, she got picked off by Jinx. I did not see that coming. And Misfortune's ultimate going down on Shen. Is she gonna get that pick off? Who knows? Vi gets it just before Aatrox dives in on our Lee Sin. And it looks like, yeah, he's gonna be shut down right here, or is he? He tried to get away. Noble tried. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And now it looks as though Riddler is gonna go back home. Of course, team support has to buy something that's gonna help out in the long run. And it looks like this is gonna be, oh wow, Magi Soul Stealer. That's really going to help with the AP later on in the game. That's not defensive whatsoever. Excuse me, I read that wrong. That was Lux. Switched at the last second. Sightstone and 3 pink wards. Nothing wrong with that. Likes to keep tabs on what their opponents are doing. And, of course, with the pickoffs that they got in the bottom jungle, excuse me, it's more than viable for our support to go ahead and buy 3 pink wards at an expensive 375 gold. Of course, one in the middle of the map. No boots thus far, of course, but not to focus too much on that support. I really think that with the score that we see thus far, it's still viable for the blue team to come back in this game. Not completely unviable whatsoever. Especially now, I mean, the gold lead, it's kind of substantiating. It's kind of becoming more and more stable. More and more pronounced, if you will. And it looks like we could have a team fight at mid pretty soon, but the big problem is 2 very tanky characters are missing. One of them is in bot lane. That would be Aatrox over here, and of course Lux, the upper right-hand corner, purple team base. It's going to be a 4v4 engagement here. So far, nice CS going down. Excuse me, nice AoE going down from Karma, and Shen's just standing there taunting. He's got nothing better to do this time. I really think Jiv Hust is kind of, yeah, I mean, I don't know, that was kind of a little much there. But overall, this is not going to help out the blue team whatsoever. That was an overcommitment by our Aatrox. Man, that purple, I mean, that ward right there just basically gave Lux all the vision she needed. She launched the Q just as he was diving in midair, and that trapped him. It was so beautiful how predictable it was, or how she had essentially accounted for this. And this is going to put the purple team on even turret kills with the blue team that is now reluctant to engage. Karma leashing her opponent and sticking him to the ground. Lulu throwing down her ultimate on Vi, trying to keep her alive just a little bit longer, making her just that little bit more tanky. Turret shots going off, and it looks like the purple team will kind of split away for the time being. Okay, so by now it's fairly obvious that the blue team is a little bit down. So the question is, what do they do from here? I mean, they could try and rush Baron, but they're going to have to get essentially a couple of pickoffs before they do that. They haven't made any kills since they reached 8 points. And I mean, for someone at this stage of the game who has no, someone at this stage of the game who has virtually no way to accurately benchmark just how much their gold is in comparison to their opponents, it could seem kind of daunting. They could feel, oh no, we're losing this game, but I mean, it's not entirely untrue. It could be. They did just lose a 4v4, if you want to look at it that way. And I think this Vi could be overcommitting. That's a face check right there. Oh man. But of course, she could afford to make that. The W going down from Lux is going to help keep her alive just a little bit longer. But a kick from Lee Sin is going to line everything up. And it looks like Vi somehow magically lives through that. And Lee Sin is no more in this game. Aatrox now coming around back, trying to really open up that back door in a team fight, if you will. But how do they come back from this? It's now 3 living blue team members versus 4 purple team members. And the builds, I mean, just look at this. Right now, Jinx has an established lead Of course, Bloodthirster, Doran's Blade, and everything else in between. Our Aatrox here, excuse me, our Zed here with the Blade of the Rune King. Not enough to keep him alive as he did just get picked off. Aatrox now recharging himself, trying to stay alive just a little bit longer. And it looks like Shen did fall in that engagement. One character that it might be viable to pick off would be Vi, who's just now making her way into the blue ward. Gonna steal that and essentially just lengthen their lead. And speaking of lengthening leads, the purple team is a no disadvantage here, and it looks like they're just going to put a pink ward on that dragon. And this could be a little bit dangerous, as we do see our Lee Sin trying to get that pink ward out of the game, and then immediately try and get a pick off on Jinx. Doesn't happen, as we do see the ultimate flare go down from Lux, picking him off, putting him out of the game. Karma trying to get out of the fight desperately. Aatrox coming in for the save. And now overall, I don't know. Is Karma going to be able to get away from this? Perhaps, just perhaps. And of course, Zed trying to keep the farm up, but it's just ultimately hard to place. And now I think the purple team has a long-established lead. 5,000 gold, 11 kills. This has got to be particularly demoralizing in the eyes of the blue team right now. But I mean, I guess once you stop and examine this for a minute, they just don't have, I think, the tank to really compete with this Vi. 2,000 HP already, yeah. Actually, I take that back. They just don't have the equipment, the armor, everything else in between. Already Spirit of the Elder Lizard coming into play for Vi. And now the question is, will Vi be able to single-handedly kill both of these characters? This is a good question indeed. We do see a flash away and a missed ultimate by MF, excuse me. That could have saved her, but I think she's just feeling so terrible for that right now. I mean, just thinking to, you know, beating herself up. It's not every day you miss an ultimate like that. I mean, Hamster, It's not easy to do something like that. It just has such a huge sweep of array. I'd beat myself up. I'd beat myself up over it all the time. Mistakes. They can make a game or they can break a game. And Vi just got away there with 2 kills. Zed gonna come in here and get a pick off on Jinx. No getaway for her. But Zed's got to be able to get out of here ASAP, as Lulu and Lux will be coming in to avenge her shortly. Or at least attempt to. And now, oh, this was completely unprecedented. Lulu's being baited. Oh no, the trap, the stun! And Zed does manage to get away and all of that. Overall, I think one thing that the blue team really can't compete with, or really can compete with, in some essences, would have to be the mobility. Overall, you know, you've got Lee Sin, Aatrox, who can jump over walls. All of these guys can jump over walls. But essentially, I think their damage output just really can't compete with the enemy team right now. Look at the gold lead. They've had so much time. You know, 5,000 gold, 5k. They've had so much time to just establish their lead. Blade of the Rune King. Alright. Lee Sin. Trying to keep his survivability up. By the way, I did see at the loading screen that the top half of the loading screen was actually in gold. Lux just puts that ultimate on Karmix, and it does a good chunk of damage, assuming Karmix was full health. But now the Ruby Sightstone coming into play. I don't know, jeez. Both sides of the map trying to put wards everywhere, but pinks everywhere for the purple team because they can afford it. And now it looks like we're going to have Jivhust. Unfortunately, I think he overcommitted there. Is he going to get away from this? Lulu throws down the ultimate again, trying to keep him alive just a little bit longer, but there was a nice pick-off on the Jinx there at bottom lane. That means we're not going to see her in the game for another 30 seconds, and even then, back at home at the home fountain, MF falls, and it looks like this clutch team fight is a little hard to say, but the blue team's kind of slowly backing out of this, and now, unfortunately, Sin is the first casualty of the team fight for our blue team. I mean, so prolonged. It was just doing so good. Slow going down on that on that Shen, and Karma's going to get away, it looks like, for the time being. Luck's going to go back home. And I just look at the score right now. I mean, how do you compete with this 13 kills Vi and this 7 kills Lux? I mean, the APC and the excuse me, the APC and the top lane jungler, whatever have you. I'm sorry, I actually didn't see this game unfold, but I imagine this could be jungler. Yeah, jungler. Just have such long-established leads right now, and it looks like we're going to have a nice little pick-off here. Shen is not going to get away, but Vi might be able to get in for the kill. Oh my god. Ultimate coming in from excuse me. Ultimate coming in there from Jinx, misses everything. Ultimate coming in from Lux and missed most everything. Shen gets away, but at the sacrifice of Morgana, and it looks like Lee Sin's gonna try and come in and keep Jinx from getting away. Blue team says this game is far from over, and if there was ever any opportunity for them to go for Baron, it might be now with V out of the game. Vi, I really should learn how to pronounce her name. Alright, so overall, I guess you could say we see a lot of survivability on the purple team. They're building really tanky. Shen and Vi both have Randuin's Almond. And of course the Sunfire, wow, Sunfire Cape on Shen as well. I actually did not see that coming, but it looks like he could possibly be picked off here. No, it looks like, excuse me, we're going to have Misfortune as well as Zed trying to play it passive there. They're going to try and back right now. That was actually a little bit scary. So, I guess it's a choice of engagements, guys. Lesson be told. Just because you have the opportunity does not mean you should take the opportunity. Everybody going back for the time being. Gonna try and refill their equipment slots. Vi going by a just faded out ward. But if Zed and MF catch her out of position, I don't know what to make of that. But Lulu, ooh, that's just been awarded. I don't think we're gonna see our blue guys go that way anytime soon. But right now they are requesting aid at top lane, and it looks like they're gonna try and get the pick off on the ADC. Beautiful ultimate by Misfortune and coordination from Zed. Can Lulu get away? I don't know. She can throw a transform on one of these characters, but no, she does not. It was perhaps on cooldown, and now it looks like the double kill goes to Zed. Ultimate going down from Lux. Shield's going down as well, and will this work out or not? I don't know, but Zed is in a lot of deep crap right now as we see him running for his life. Nice little stun there going down by Karma, and it looks like Lux and Vi will be enough to carry themselves back into this game. Misfortune flashing out of there. And Karma, I think, is in no way, shape, or form able to escape this fight. Misfortune gonna try and add the slow in, and that's gonna help, actually. So I did call that out wrong. But an ultimate coming in there, and Vi's going in for the turret dive. Oh, man. So even though Misfortune falls, the most fed character on the purple team is now out of the game for the next 40 seconds. So will they take the opportunity to Baron or not in the near future? I don't know. They just had one player respawn coming back into the game. Oh no, and wait, Zed's actually passing by that pink. Oh no. And Lulu and Jinx are going to come in here and try and get the kill, but no. Oh, this totally backfired on Jinx. You're supposed to have cover when you do this, guys. And for the time being, it looks like Zed's going to try and escape with his life. Not going to overcommit to taking that red buff, even though it was his. It was basically wide open. It's alright. I mean, you have to look at this from his perspective, guys. He actually has no vision of that. Just better safe than sorry. Aatrox coming in there for some farm as well. And it looks like maybe... No, this might not be an engagement that he wants to take. Lux is pretty strong after all. But... Wait. Lux going top lane directly to deal with Zed. And now it's 3v1 versus this Vi. The ultimate coming in from Lux. Trying to save her. It's not quite going to be enough. But Aatrox is very low HP, and Lulu's going to try and pick that off. The ulti from Jinx did just miss, and it looks like Aatrox's full HP is going to save him for the time being. Vi might be able to get the pick off, however, but Zed is heading to top lane. And now the gold discrepancy is about 3.5k, 3.7k. Not that much of a massive lead, but when it gets to be 10,000 gold, that's when you know, well, that's when you know basically the game is over, essentially. Excuse me. Shen just coming bot lane, trying to be annoying, and it looks like Lee Sin might just... Is he going to try and kick him into that? I don't know, it's hard to say. But now Aatrox and Lee Sin going toe-to-toe with Jivhust, excuse me. Might make a difference, but now the purple team is calling Baron, saying, okay, we're clear for the time being, let's take it. But are they really? To the north we have Cassandra, as well as Hamster. But they're completely unaware of the situation that's going on over here at the Baron. They could be actually trying to start a split push, but if they get caught out in the open by the entire purple team, this could mean, you know, just basically nothing but bad stuff. And Baron the Shore has just fallen, as well as Shen. A worthy sacrifice, really, once you stop and think about it. Shen's already strong enough. He's super tanky, and the rest of the team is just going to have increased damage output. Our blue team split pushers could actually be facing down the barrel of their execution. Zed gets shut down. MF is taken out. And top lane is secure. Now Biddy's going to try and come in here. Bot lane. Get a split push going. Not a bad idea, but at the same time, he's got to be super careful as they don't have any wards on that section of the map or anywhere near it. So he's going to go for Baron, or excuse me, not Baron, blue buff, and then try and rush out of there, I imagine. It's better to, I mean, you know, he's got basically nothing that's going to help him with besides maybe cooldowns. And now that he's stolen it, he's just going to run away. That's good. He actually keeps his opposing team from taking it. But I guess you could say Vi's not too hurt about it because Vi's always stealing our blue team's blue buff. Oh, but Lux, what are you venturing into now? She prevents the back from Aatrox, but it looks like he's still going to get away. Excuse me. Whoa, ultimate on that Aatrox. Holy cow. Those prediction skills, guys. Summoner's Rift. No new maps for the 5v5 playlist. I guess you could say that means it makes it so easy to predict your opponent's moves, excuse me. And now it looks like Karma, I don't see her getting out of this. No, unfortunately. And now another double split push coming from Zed and Misfortune top lane. They're like, okay, we're taking damage, but we just don't give a damn right now. Aatrox, unfortunately, with Lee Sin stuck holding off against the 2 versus 4 here. I don't know if it's going to be able to work out or not. I can see them being picked off inevitably. Aatrox being stunned for the time being, but running for a turret cover, and the ultimate from Lux picks him off. Pardon the coughing, guys. I'll try and do this when I'm not sick. But now Misfortune just says, I don't give a damn anymore. I'm just going to try and pick off this inhibitor and get out of here. Shen, going to try and shut her down, and does. But now I think this game is over, as we now see the purple team essentially shooting down the Nexus, and that takes it out of the game. That's GG, guys. Alright, so if you guys liked what you saw here today, I guess maybe go ahead and click on the subscribe button. You'll be seeing more LoLcasts from me. This is BreAKer. I'll see you guys next time.